In the last of our top 5 stories, the saga over whether the Rays baseball team and the city of St. Petersburg and Pinellas County can reach a deal to build a new stadium and keep the team in St. Pete. A deal had been reached and announced back in September, with the team's principal owner saying Major League Baseball is here to stay. But that was before Hurricane Milton tore the roof off Tropicana Field, causing tens of millions of dollars in damage. And that was before new members were elected to the St. Petersburg City Council and the Pinellas County Commission, who were not gung-ho on the stadium project. Now the team says delays caused by the Pinellas County Commission have pushed back the opening date of the new stadium, making the Rays' costs go up, and the team now wants more financial help from the city and the county. Dan, are the Rays justified in asking for more money since there's been a 49-day delay by the county commission to approve the bonds?
Not really. Yeah. I'm no fan of these deals where we pay for the playgrounds of these sports moguls. But in this case, a deal is a deal. The Rays agreed to it, the city agreed to it, the county agreed to it. The reason we had the delay was because the county and the city, to a certain extent, dragged their feet on it. So if there are any additional expenses, the county commission, those commissioners should be responsible for it. As far as I know, everybody acted in reasonably good faith here. I'm not happy about it, but if you want to have a professional baseball team in your city, if that's what you decide you want to have, this is what it's going to cost you. And if you don't want to spend it, then don't spend it.
I don't know who to be angry at in this deal. I mean, first I was angry at the county commission for delaying the vote on the bonds until after the election, when people who don't support public financing of stadiums gets elected. So, okay, well, bad, you know, deal's a deal. But now they voted for the bonds, and now the Rays are saying, we don't really want to do this deal because it's 49 days later. 49 days later means a 1-year delay in over $100 million
well, and your problem
more?
is the existing facilities all is gone.
Right.
But there's a consequence too. The policy reparations that this represented for the gas plant district in St. Pete, those people are the real people that are hurting from this, not just the economy, but those communities.
They don't see the improvements. I have a final question to the group. Politico reported this month that John Morgan, one of the wealthiest trial attorneys in the state, is considering running for governor in 2026. He will not run as a Democrat or as a Republican. He says he wants to start a new political party, the Capitalist Party. What do you make of this announcement, Steve Bosquet?
It's fascinating. I hope he does it. It'll liven up our state's politics dramatically, but as we talked about, Rob, third-party candidates have a history of not doing very well. The most recent example we have goes back to 2010 when Charlie Crist had no choice but to run as an independent for the U.S. Senate. That's the year that Marco Rubio got elected senator. Charlie Crist finished a distant second with 30% of the vote. Very quickly, if John Morgan does this, he's got strong name ID. He's got a ton of money. He's a lawyer who's universally known around the state. I think it ends, I want to hear what the other panelists think, but I think it removes any possibility the Democrats could win back the governorship, because people know, underneath that capitalist slogan, people know that John Morgan's basically a Democrat.
All right.
I agree with everything my learned colleague Steve Bosquet said, but also to point out that Morgan has the name recognition.
His billboards are everywhere. Yeah.
And I think the closest parallel we might find here is that when Rick Scott ran for governor, he went from 0 name recognition to winning the Republican nomination in less time it takes for spring baseball to run its course, because he dropped $70 million of his own money into that race. And that buys you, if you already have the name recognition, that's going to buy you a lot of attention.
Rosemary, you think he's got a chance?
I do not think he will run. I think he loves flirting with the attention.
Done it before.
I think he loves his little grandkids, and he loves his home in Hawaii, and I do not think that he wants the job.
Tara, we have 5 seconds.
I think if he runs, he's going to align with the Democratic Party, and if he puts his resources, it might be the ticket to remake it in the state of Florida.
All right.